Hey, hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to an abrupt stream here. The day that Pittsburgh Penguins fans have been waiting for has finally come. The offseason for the Pittsburgh Penguins is now complete. Your captain, number 87, Sidney Crosby, signing a 2-year extension with the Pittsburgh Penguins. Massive breaking news within the past 10 minutes. Frank Saravelli, Chris Johnston, Penguins beat reporter Josh Yo, all teams, I should say, all NHL insiders have just gone live, breaking the news that we have all been waiting for. It is officially confirmed by the Pittsburgh Penguins. The captain is committed. The Penguins have re-signed Crosby, a 2-year contract extension that runs through the 2026 and 2027 season, and it will carry an annual average of, you guessed it, $8.7 million. Crosby taking yet again another team-friendly deal. He's going to make the same salary that he has always made. First time Crosby has signed a deal since his 12-year contract extension worth in annual AAV of $8.7 million. So Crosby sticking in the bird for life, in the Berg for life. Here from Puckpedia, year one, it is a $780,000 base salary with a $9 million signing bonus for Crosby. Year two of the deal, $1.09 million base salary with $6.53 million in signing bonus. So Crosby in the final year of his 12-year, $8.7 million cap hit deal that I just explained. Crosby now adds 2 more years onto that and really taking an extreme team-friendly deal. So the cap hit, $8.7 million. Again, Crosby, throughout the years, we as Pittsburgh Penguins fans have been so grateful to have Crosby, who all around, on the ice, off the ice, just a tremendous human being in the local Pittsburgh area. He does a lot in just with the team. You have some people say the second coming of Mario Lemieux in Crosby. He not only comes here and he lives up to every single astronomical expectation that was put on him since the first day he arrived in Pittsburgh so many years ago. He has lived up and exceeded those expectations, and he's doing it at a salary cap hit that is probably the biggest discount in Pittsburgh sports history. $8.7 million. I mean, you see all the guys out there today, Austin Matthews, Connor McDavid, those guys making up to $12 million, if not over. Leon Draisaitl, he just signed a mega deal extension with the Oilers this offseason. And it does also say here that the contract Crosby signed, the deal does have a no movement clause, so like that was really going to matter anyways. So really now excited, also not excited at the same time. I literally just within the past hour finished recording. Now I got some editing to do on my daily Pittsburgh Sports Report video for today, and now I had a segment in the show today about Crosby and what he was looking for in his new deal. That segment has now been rendered mute and useless now. Well, actually rendered true, to be honest here. Elliot Friedman, Sportsnet Canada NHL insider, on his 32 Thoughts podcast, he had his intel on the contract situation with Kyle Dubas and Pat Brisson, Crosby's agent. He had what his thoughts were on the situation, and he said that Crosby, being the selfless leader that he is for the Pittsburgh Penguins, said that he was going to be looking for a team-friendly deal. He did not want a contract that was going to be concerning for the Penguins, who every year are up against the cap ceiling. He said that Crosby did not want anything that was going to put the Penguins against the cap and give them cap issues heading into the twilight of Crosby's career here. He said he wanted to take a team-friendly discount that not only protected the team financially, but also gave Crosby closure that he wasn't going to, be this sort of cap casualty and make more money than he should his play decline, which, 37-year-old Sidney Crosby had one of his career years last year. He was just phenomenal. Looked like he has never lost a step at any point in his career. So I doubt that, all of a sudden this year Crosby is just going to fall off the table and it's going to be a slippery slope. Now, I can't say the same for say like other guys on the team like Evgeny Malkin. I love Gino, but some nights when you watch Gino here, you get, are you getting Jekyll? Are you getting Hyde? Sometimes he looks like the Evgeny Malkin Russian bear of old, where in the 2009 playoffs, he would just dazzle you and outperform Crosby at times. And then other nights you'd be frustrated with his play and his effort and lack thereof. So, really a no-brainer for the Pittsburgh Penguins to get this done. All in all, Sid left millions and millions of dollars on the table during his career, and you just gotta be like so thankful. Like, some people look at Sid and they're like, why is he doing this? It just shows Crosby's love for the city of Pittsburgh, and the Penguins organization. And I said that in the end of my segment that, not sure whether I'm going to post it now. You might get a shorter episode now of the Steel City Sports Report. I will break down Crosby's contract details more in depth as information comes out, probably into tomorrow's Steel City Sports Report. But, I said Crosby, just adjectives, selfish, excuse me, loyalty, commitment, love, all of those things for Crosby, who now in his career has well over 1,500 points. Legacy is something that Crosby wanted to not have tarnished here in Pittsburgh. He wanted to maintain his legacy for the rest of his career, and he gets to do it now. I do believe that the best way forward, and this was in the eyes of a lot of people, I was really getting sick and tired of hearing these national talking heads who are not surrounded by the team or the city at all, day in and day out, saying, oh, Crosby's entering into the last year of his deal. Will he go somewhere else? People were throwing out their names like, oh, he could be the replacement for Patrice Bergeron up in Boston. He could head out west and go play with his buddy Nate McKinnon and try to go ring chasing here. Crosby's got his 3 rings, and honestly, this was expected, but we were starting to get impatient, fans here in Pittsburgh. But today, the day comes. Crosby is a Penguin for life. His legacy here is going to be one where there's most likely going to be a statue within the first couple of years outside PPG Paints Arena, or there will be guaranteed be a statue one day, hopefully long from now, when the Penguins get a new arena, and you're going to see 87 to the rafters. It's not going to take as long as Jaromir Jagr. In fact, I think they might, honestly, by the time Crosby's done playing that very much that next year, you're going to see his number raised to the rafters. So big breaking news. I just wanted to come live and give my initial reaction. So a 2-year deal worth $8.7 million. David Pagnotta said tweeted this quote now from Penn's GM Kyle Dubas. There are no words to properly describe what Sidney Crosby means to the game of hockey, the city of Pittsburgh, and the Penguins organization. Sidney is the greatest player of his generation and one of the greatest players in the history of the game. His actions today show why he is one of hockey's greatest winners and leaders. Sid is making a tremendous personal sacrifice in an effort to help the Penguins win, both now and in the future, and he has done for his career. So, just every single syllable of that quote there from Kyle Dubas, I agree with, and the properly describing Crosby, what he means to hockey and the city of Pittsburgh and the Penguins organization, Sid making tremendous personal sacrifice, leaving millions upon millions of dollars, more money than probably me or anybody who watches this video will ever see in their lifetime. Crosby making a sacrifice here to carry on his legacy with the Penguins organization shows just how much love he has for the city, and the greatest player of his generation. I might even, when things are all said and done, say Crosby is the greatest player of this generation. I mean, obviously Sid coming into the league in 05, would I put Crosby behind Connor McDavid, maybe Nathan McKinnon, in terms of being the best player in hockey currently? Maybe. I mean, that's just father time, and that's just father time working, and it's sort of like what should I say here? It is a Connor McDavid when he came in the league, he was the new shiny toy. Sid was like, NHL fans were like, okay, cool, Sid, Alex Ovechkin, you can put in this category. Those guys, they really carried hockey through a time where it was lacking superstars. Those were the two superstars who were competing head to head year in, year out. And now, look, you got Nathan McKinnon, you got Connor McDavid, you got Austin Matthews, Leon Draisaitl, David Pastrnak, all of these guys coming into the league, and people get mesmerized by that they truly forget just how great Sidney Crosby was, is, and is going to be still in his career. So, and I agree with Kyle Dubas saying that part of his quote here saying that this is going to help the Penguins win both now and in the future. Transitioning from this current time with Crosby and Malkin Letang, Erik Karlsson now coming in last year, moving now from you're trying to compete as much as possible this year, moving into future generations where those guys may start to go into retirement or off to new teams. You want to shorten the length between competing with this group towards competing with a group in the future. I believe Kyle Dubas has done that greatly this year. Bringing in my favorite move of the offseason besides this. I mean, this is without any doubt probably every single Pittsburgh Penguin fan's favorite move of the offseason. Bringing in Rutger McGroarty. I believe McGroarty is going to make the team out of training camp without little to no problems. And I would dare say I'd stick him on a line immediately with Sidney Crosby or Evgeny Malkin, because it is going to be crucial. You lost Jake Gensel to free agency. He's now in Tampa. You need a guy to step up and come into the leadership role, start learning from the best in Sidney Crosby in terms of leadership. I believe McGroarty can do that. So, and just looking at the Penguins prospect pool, starting when Kyle Dubas took over the job 2 years ago, you had what you were talking about, maybe your top prospect being Sam Poulin, who, whether it be Sam Poulin or whether it be Mike Sullivan's willingness to play him, or whether it be, him sort of being hit or miss in the AHL, you go from him being your top prospect to now you're looking at a prospect pool of Rutger McGroarty, Tristan Braz, who is a college player they brought in this offseason. I see a lot of Drew O'Connor in terms of his road to the NHL. He's lighting it up right now. You got Emil Pianiemi and Owen Pickering, Harrison Brunick, those three defensemen. You got guys that you just brought in. Speaking of Jake Kensel, when you trade Gensel to Raleigh late last season before the trade deadline, you got back two good prospect in Vasily Ponomarov and Vili Koivunen. So, and then I don't think anybody's talking about, people when they're talking about prospect goalies and the future of the net in Pittsburgh, they are talking about Jesper Blomqvist, but now a new goalie has entered the chat and has taken really my attention and a lot of people's attention by storm. That's Sergei Murashov. Right now, actually, if you go to Penguins website, I think they are playing the third game of the prospect challenge tournament up in Buffalo right now. The Pens prospects are 2-0. Murashov only gave up 2 goals in the win when the team up there played. I believe it was like around 5 or 6 o'clock on Saturday. But if you want to take a look into the job that Kyle Dubas has done and the future of the Penguins organization, I please encourage you to go and check out how those prospects are doing right now. Andrew Berger here in chat. I wonder if Crosby only wanted 2 years to keep his options open. I wouldn't necessarily say it's about keeping Crosby's options open. I would say much rather Crosby has come out publicly and, coming into talking about contract extensions with the Penguins this offseason. He's blatantly flat out said it is public information now that he himself does not know how much longer he wants to play in the NHL. Maybe it's something where he feels he could go 2 more years from now, and regardless of where the Penguins are competitive wise, maybe he feels like, I don't want to be an old man player, and I want to go out at the top of my game or as close to the top of my game as possible, where he doesn't want to be an old guy player where it's like, oh yeah, people watch and they're like, oh yeah, there's Sid. I remember when he was great, but he looks out the pasture right now. I don't think so. I think if Crosby feels that after this 2 years that he wants to keep playing, I think you just go like year by year. It's everything from here on out. It's sort of like Andrew McCutchen on the Pirates right now. McCutchen, who signed back with the Penguins last year, signed back with the Pirates last year, signed a 1-year deal, signed another 1-year deal this past offseason. I think you're looking at an Andrew McCutchen scenario with the Pirates. I look at that in a similar light as Crosby with the Penguins right now. He is going to play out the 2-year contract here, and then as much as he feels like he can keep playing at the top of his game and how he wants to play, I think you're going to see him sign 1-year contract after 1-year contract, and honestly do not expect to see any different in terms of money. He's going to sign $8.7 million like he always has in his career, and like we all expect him to continue to make in the career. Welcome. There are now 5 of you watching this live. I thank you all for tuning in. We are reacting live here to the Pittsburgh Penguins re-signing their captain, Sidney Crosby, 2-year, $8.7 million extension. And, that's another thing. It was like sort of comical. You knew that this was going to get done throughout the summer. Like I said, you had the national hockey media talking heads saying like Crosby's entering into the last year of his deal. This has never happened during his career. Could he go somewhere else? Colorado with Nate McKinnon, to Boston maybe, which that one was way out there. I laughed in the face as soon as I read that one. But yeah, I lost my train of thought here. But yeah, I think Crosby is going to stay here as long as he wants. He's just going to get 1-year deal after 1-year deal. He is on the level of they are going to welcome him back with open arms, regardless of where we at. We could be in the absolute hellhole of hockey with the San Jose Sharks, and Crosby, if he still wants to come back, they are going to give him $8.7 million deal. And now I figured out what I wanted to say is that I love how we all knew that this was get done. But going back to Sid's birthday, 8/7/87, we were all expecting the deal to happen then, and then it was like Armageddon amongst the some of the Pens fan base when Crosby didn't sign his deal then. And now today on September 16th, Crosby gets his deal done. We're all happy. And now what is some of the national media going to talk about now? I mean, you got the season right around the corner. Preseason should be starting up here next week. But, Crosby now will not enter into the season on the last year of his deal. And October 9th against the Rangers, when they announce all of those starters, when they bring them out one at a time, when they say from Cole Harbor, Nova Scotia, your captain, that place is going to erupt. I believe he's going to it's guaranteed he's going to get a standing ovation for all he has done in the city. Addison here, so much respect for Sid. And yeah, I agree. Just, we are so unbelievably fortunate and lucky as a fan base of this team to have just not only the player, but the human in Sidney Crosby. All he has done for this city, bringing 3 championships in my lifetime. I remember as a little kid watching the 09 Cup Finals and, just being mesmerized by Sid. And then my favorite Crosby moment of all time, when he assisted on the double overtime goal in the Eastern Conference Finals against the Senator, Chris Kunitz. And that's something here. If you want to go back and look at that, I just laugh how every single time you see Crosby, like if you go back and watch the videos, when he's calling for the puck, good things are about to happen. There are at least 2 videos that come to the top of my head where you can hear on the audio Crosby going, "Hey, calling for the puck." That is the Chris Kunitz double overtime goal in 2017 against the Senators to send the Pens to the Stanley Cup final. And that is in 2010 at the Winter Olympics when Crosby called for the puck and he scored the golden goal on Ryan Miller. Addison adds in here again. He's not money driven. He's team driven, always has been, and always will be. Crosby is, he is just not money driven. And let's just say this, get this out of the way. $8.7 million, that is a bargain and a half in today's hockey market. I mean, now you look, Gensel, I believe he's making what, $8 million a year? Yeah, I think he's making $8 million a year down in Tampa. But no offense to Jake here, but I would not put him in the same stratosphere as Crosby in terms of player, but he's still somehow only making $700K less than him. But let's just get the facts straight, that Crosby, even though he's making $8.7 million over his career, whether it be endorsements and other stuff like that outside of hockey, he is going to be living nice and well. And when it's all said and done, when he retires, I have no idea what he's going to do his post-career. I would like to see him stay involved with the Pens organization in some way, shape, or form. But either way, whatever he does, he could sit on a pond up in Cole Harbor, Nova Scotia, because, he loves his hometown and he's not going to just never live in that place again. He goes up there every off season. I believe he trains up there with Nathan McKinnon and a slew of other NHL players. But Crosby can sit, he can make a bench and sit on the banks of a lake in Cole Harbor, Nova Scotia, and sit high and dry, nice and pretty for the remainder of his life with all the money he has received. But yeah, the streak lives on. Crosby, $2 million extension. Austin Beck told a member from 93.7 The Fan, says that he's stunned that it's not over $10 million. I am not. We kind of figured that this was going to we kind of knew this was going to be around $8.7 million. And like I said, I have a video coming out later today, Steel City Sports Report, Monday edition of that. And I believe it was going to be my last segment of the day, talking about what Crosby was looking for in a new deal. According to NHL insider Elliot Friedman, he said Crosby was looking to take a team-friendly deal where he protects himself from getting overpaid should his play decline significantly, and he protects the Penguins from any cap troubles. And Elliot Friedman, his reporting was correct. And you knock out both of those things. You protect the Pens cap wise, $8.7 million is what he's made his entire career. So you're just going to keep continuing as if, Crosby's 12-year deal was a 14 or 15-year deal. So, now seeing 7 of you here on this live stream, I thank all of you who have tuned in. Please don't be scared to comment here. I can read off your comments, and we can, keep this discussion going. Please be sure to subscribe to the channel and check back later today for my daily Pittsburgh or Steel City Sports Report news video that usually comes out around, I'd say, somewhere between 5 and 7 o'clock each day. I'm going to try to, knock that out some point earlier today. That way I can get back to this breaking news of Crosby's extension and get all of my facts straight for tomorrow's sports report. But anyways, I want to thank you all for joining me here today. My throat's a little dry here. I was live streaming the Backyard Brawl and the Steelers game this past weekend. So I'm going to go grab a drink of water. Pittsburgh Penguins legend and captain Sidney Crosby. He is a Pen for life. Hallelujah. We can stop with the BS of saying, go out to the Colorado Avalanche with your buddy Nate McKinnon, go ring chasing somewhere else. We can throw all of that speculation out the door. Crosby is here. He loves Pittsburgh. We love him. It is a match made in heaven. Thank you all for tuning into my live stream. Please be sure to subscribe. Let me check something here real quick. And we are at 48 subscribers right now on the channel. Please be sure to subscribe. I'm trying to reach 50 subscribers by the end of the day. So thank you all so much. Here an interesting read into this. Josh Yeo, Penguins beat reporter. By the time Crosby's new contract expires, he will have spent more than half of his life as a captain of the Penguins. And just super grateful for Crosby. Oh, captain, my captain, Sidney Crosby. I'm going to check out this video that the Pens posted here just on Cloud 50 right now for the Penguins bringing back Sidney Crosby. So I'm going to log off now, go get a drink. Thank you all for joining me here on this abrupt breaking news, half an hour here on the Steel City Sports Report. Please be sure to like, share, comment this video, and subscribe to the channel. And I will see you guys later tonight. Video coming out later today, updating some news on the Steelers and the Pirates. I'm still probably going to post the segment on Crosby wanting a team-friendly deal. So be sure to be on the lookout for that video, and I will see you guys later should another massive breaking news story with any of the Pittsburgh sports teams. I usually come live immediately or shortly after. So thank you guys for joining me today. God bless each and every one of you who've joined me today. Love you all. Crosby is a Penguin for life. Let's go. Ready for the season to start October 9th. And I will see you guys next time.